Got so tired of waiting, got tired of the chase. I've been feeling like lately, there's nothing in the way. Getting so impatient, need to get away now with you. With you.
This area first, there, and then we'll work our way up.
Dancing alone. Are you up? Are you up? Are you up on the road? Baby, I wanna know just how many days will go till I call, till I call, till I call you my own. You look good in the sunshine, you look good in the rain, and I know once that you're mine, we'll have nothing to change. Getting so impatient, need to get away now.
Some physical features of the Hasselblad X1D. This is the 4116 edition as seen on the side of the camera. 41 means 1941. 16 means 2016. So if you do the math, 1941 to 2016 is 75 years. And Hasselblad was celebrating their 75th anniversary by releasing this camera in 2016. Single milled aluminum body, feels really great in the hands. On the top of the camera, Ten is looking through the photos right now. But there's a nice dial where you can press it, Ten. You can press the dial at the top and it'll actually pop up. Like the whole thing. Yeah, so it pops up like that. So if I accidentally put it in my bag, it doesn't rub against anything and change the mode by accident. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Yeah, smart, and Hasselblad was able to do that. I can switch between the different modes, manual, aperture priority, shutter priority, things like that. And on the top of the camera, there's a button for autofocus and manual focus. If you hold it down for 1 second, you can change the focus points. And the other button is for ISO and white balance. So everything is pretty much at your fingertips, or you could use the rear LCD screen. So first impressions while we change location is this Hasselblad X1D feels really solid in the hands. At first glance, you may think this is a light camera, but this is really solid, has some weight to it. It balances pretty well with the 45mm 3.5 lens. It is made from, I believe, a solid block of aluminum. And the HUI, the Hasselblad user interface, is very easy to use. You can adjust your aperture, your ISO, your metering, white balance, everything from the back of the screen just by touching it and moving it around. So far, my first impressions of this is it's really good. I'm liking it so far, especially the way it feels in my hands.
Getting so impatient, need to get away now with you. With you. Are you out there dancing alone?
Yeah, turn your body a little bit more towards the hotel. Good. Thank you. And then you use the screen to swipe. Hey everyone, today I am testing this awesome camera out, the Hasselblad X1D. It is the special edition for 116, that's why it is black in color. I do notice right away, and 10, our model today, also noticed right away that the bottom is getting kind of hot, but we still have good battery, so we're okay to finish the rest of this shoot. But 10, your impressions so far of this camera, and how's the photo shoot going so far?
So she's going great. The camera, it's nice. I like the color to it. It's kind of like a It's a different kind of black. So that one's really nice. Aesthetically, it's very pleasing. I like the rubber on the handheld. That's very comfortable. You want it to be comfortable because it's a very expensive camera, so you don't want to let it go.
I don't have any strap here.
Yeah, it's so scary. But so far the pictures have been looking really amazing. Like I don't know who that is. Like I think the camera is doing all the work right now, so I'm very excited. Even a pre-edit, they look pretty
And processing the camera.
Yeah.
And you were saying before that the greens look really good.
Yeah, when we did the shots inside with the grass around, they look very vibrant. And it's a cool feature that you can see the pictures on the screen as well as through the lens.
EVF, electronic viewfinder. Yeah.
That one.
But yeah, with Hasselblad, they advertise, I believe, natural color selection, natural color science, something like that. So they want the colors to be as most accurate as possible. And I think they are actually doing that from what we're seeing from the back of the LCD screen.
Yeah. The greens in the forefront are still as vibrant, even if there's so much light in the background with the sun setting. So pretty awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of sun setting, we're still going to continue to shoot. I think we have maybe 30, 45 minutes left. And I think you still have one more wardrobe change.
Yeah.
If we have time.
If we have time.
Yeah.
I've got like this.
Right. Your makeup, I know this kind of...
Alright, I'll pop them out when we go up there.
Actually, it matches your makeup. Very nice. Good facial expressions. Three. Okay, here you go. X1D has a 2.36 XGA EVF, electronic viewfinder. The rear screen is a 3-inch touchscreen. Hasselblad says it has 24-bit color. On the side, the doors, the first door that has a 4116 has the SD cards. It is not UHS-2, only UHS-1 for the SD cards. The second door has USB-C connector, mini HDMI, and headphone jack and mic jack. Okay, we'll keep on shooting. Oh shoot, after this scene we gotta do our IG stories. 1, 2, and 3, that's nice. Some internal features of the X1D. This has the digital medium format sensor. It is the same 44 by 33 50 megapixel sensor that is also found in the Pentax 645Z and the Fujifilm GFX series. This also has 35 contrast detect points, no phase detect in this camera. ISO can be auto or ranges from 100 to 25,600. Video, of course, only does 1080p at 25 frames per second. And it is very slow for frames per second for the continuous shots. Averages around 1.7 to about 2.3. So you can see about 2 frames per second with this camera. Why is it fun? Oh no, it's good. A little bit more towards the camera or to Godfrey. Very good. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is how fast the X1D focuses. It is like sunset already. Not bad. The first button, you tap it, it goes into manual focus, and you can see the focus peaking, which is orange. Tap it again, it's auto focus. Hold down that button for 1 second and you can choose your focus point like that. Or if you're looking through the EVF, I set it where the left side is green and you can actually move around your focus points by moving your thumb like that. Next button, ISO white balance, press it and you can adjust your ISO. Back to auto, press it again, you can adjust your white balance. Back to auto. And what's cool is the dial that 10 showed, of course, pop it up, change your mode, pop it back down. But what's really cool is, so let me go back to live view. A cool way to bring up the menu is swipe down, and then this is how you can change your aperture, change your ISO, your exposure, single or continuous, white balance, everything is here. 1 and 2 orange, meaning that I'm doing a backup. And if you swipe up, you can change your quick selection menu. I believe you can add custom menu items here, but we're gonna go into camera and go into, and it's pretty responsive, the touchscreen. Go into image and crop mode. Sorry. We're gonna go down to expand. And this is from like the film days where you see those 2 black bars. See if Godfrey can get that. So you can actually take like a expand image of like a landscape shot. All right, see the 2 black bars? So I'm gonna take an image like this. And it's still gonna be great quality. Okay, zoom, this is wide open 3.5, zooming in. As you can see, it's processing, give it a couple seconds. Very sharp. And the shutter and the XCD lenses is rated to 1 million exposures. The leaf shutter can sync up to 1/2000th of a second, which is pretty awesome. And leaf shutter to me is kind of loud, but not too loud. Let me let you hear it again. Let me bring it closer to the mic. All right.
Just how many days will go till I call, till I call, till I call you my own.
3. Good facial expression. Just 2 more. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we just completed our photo shoot. It is past sunset already. I'm not too sure how many photos we have taken. I'm thinking it's around 150 or 175, but the X1D still has a good amount of battery left. I think that's about, what, like 50%, like halfway?
Yeah.
About 50%. So I'm estimating maybe 300 shots on a single charge. I do have a battery waiting for me to be picked up at the post office, but I just didn't pick it up today, but started with a fresh battery with 10 on this photo shoot. So 10, what do you think about the camera, the image quality so far?
It's pretty great, I would say. The attention to details that it's able to pick up and capture on lens is pretty good. I also like the color quality as well.
Yes.
Like natural colors, not being overly saturated or anything. So it's pretty nice so far, in my amateur opinion.
Yeah. Some people say with competing brand Fujifilm, GFX, some people say that the colors are too saturated, or they use the term it bleeds more. But some people do prefer that. I guess it's less editing time on the computer. I personally prefer it to be really natural so I can tweak the image how I want it to be. And I also saw on your Instagram story you're traveling to Philippines first and then to China?
Yeah, so I'll be...
I don't know if you can hear the background music, but we have a mic here, so hopefully you can hear us.
You can hear me. Yes, so I'll be leaving to compete in a pageant in China. I'll be leaving this Saturday to the Philippines. I'll be in the Philippines for about 4 days, and then I will head to China for about 10 days from the 17th through the 27th. So if you want to follow my story, follow my journey, it's going to be real interesting, I'm sure. You have me on Instagram, _show_pony_. So you can follow me there, or on Facebook, Ten Dahilig, either works. It's going to be really exciting. I get to compete and represent the island, so I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm sorry, did you mention the name of the pageant?
Miss Friendship International.
Miss Friendship International.
Miss Friendship International in Chengdu, China.
Okay, cool. Of course, I'll put your Instagram on screen and also in the put a link in the description below. I had really fun on this photo shoot.
I did too. I'm kind of glad I didn't have to change dresses.
Yeah, sun was going down pretty fast.
But I feel like we could do a lot more. We're just staying in one outfit.
Yes, and actually the outfit you were wearing matched pretty much
With
the scenery.
theme. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nature vibes.
And it's an experience also shooting with this camera. I did not know it would actually get hot.
It's not that much hotter than it was earlier. It seems like it's just cruising.
Dissipating the heat.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
But I think the hit rate of this, like the hit rate as in like your eyes are in focus, is actually really good. I've been noticing compared to the other cameras I've been using in the past.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of really bad blurred out images or anything like that. Even with the movement in certain photos, all of them are pretty spot on. It's just my awkward posing sometimes.
You're good at posing. Thank you everyone for watching Guam Photography, and if you haven't, please subscribe.
Yes. See you next time.
Alright, let's check out some RAW files. I just want everyone to know that all the photos you saw in the video, the color has not been edited by me at all. The only thing I did is just some skin correction to 10 and also adjust exposure, but pretty much all the colors you're seeing is by the HNCS, which Hasselblad calls it the Hasselblad Natural Color Solution. So let's look at 3 RAW files. The first RAW file, I just want to check for sharpness. So zooming in, and this is using the 45mm XCD to 100%. You can see that there is a sharp bite to this RAW file. It is very sharp. We can zoom in even 200%, and the details just don't stop. Very sharp. You can count every single eyelash on 10's eye, and you can see the skin texture. It is a very sharp lens. Very sharp combo, X1D and the 45mm lens. Next, let's check for dynamic range. And this Sony sensor is found in the GFX 50S, 50R, Pentax 645Z, and I believe even the Phase 1 IQ250, and even the Hasselblad H5D 50C. Very great sensor, and dynamic range is awesome. You can shoot against the sun like I did here. Checking for sharpness. Yep, it is very sharp. And for those of you that are wondering, camera color profile is just to camera standard. If you notice, if I do change it to Adobe Color, I don't like the way it looks. Adobe Standard, nope, don't like the way it looks. I leave it on standard profile, which defaults to camera standard when you import Hasselblad 3 FR files. And under legacy, there is an embedded file, which kind of gives it more saturation. I think you can see it better when I do some adjustments, so let's do that now. Highlights, I usually go down to 100 first and slowly bring it back up to maybe 89 or 90, just so it won't look like it's too blown out. Then I raise the shadows all the way up to 100%. And zooming in, ISO 100, 100%, very little to noise, and the shadows recovered at ISO 100 and 100%. And I'm just going to adjust exposure a little bit, maybe 0.3, 0.4, 0.45, okay. And that's it. That's all I did to this photo. I did not touch any colors at all. I just edited some skin correction on 10 and just adjust exposure, and that was it. So let me show you what I wanted you to see. Embedded file, as you can see, it's a little more saturated, so I just left it at camera standard. Okay, last file I want to show you. This is one of my favorite shots. This is the raw file. Clicking reset. Okay, nothing has been changed. So this was shot in dim light. Colors are really awesome. Only thing I did again is just skin correction. I adjusted the exposure just very slightly, but colors out of camera out of this Hasselblad is really nice. Very little post-processing work needs to be done. Compared to the GFX Fujifilm files, I don't like those files because they do get noisy and shadow recovery is really bad with them. ISO 6400, you can see like swirls in the GFX files. I even try to capture one. I still see the same thing. But the files with the Fujifilm seem sharp, sometimes sharper than the Hasselblad. I think the sharpness is being baked in, and the colors, as some people say, seem to bleed a little bit. Compared to the Pentax 645Z, the files, there clearly is some noise reduction going on because even ISO 6400 is very clean. Even recovering shadows is also very clean, but it's just using the older legacy Pentax glass, the film lenses. It's showing its age. It's not as sharp as the newer Hasselblad XCD lenses, so it's kind of hard to decide which is the best raw files that I'm getting right now. The Hasselblad X1D files is kind of like in between the GFX and the 645Z files. X1D, you do get sharper files, like I said before, because of the lenses, and it's just really hard to choose a system. The lenses are more affordable with the Pentax 645Z, but the lenses are super expensive with the X1D. If I did, let me show you what I did not do is I did not enable profile corrections because of the vignette. If I did enable it, it actually disappears. So I actually like the natural vignette going on with the XCD45 because it actually focuses on the model. Thank you for watching this review of the Hasselblad X1D, and if you haven't, please subscribe.